And these would be your knickknacks?
These are knickknacks, yes. Actually, none of these are going to probably make it into the... Oh, no, this necklace I'm going to wear.
Pretty pretty.
It's a lovely necklace. Here, I'll model it for you. So get a nice cleavage shot, too, while you're at it.
All right.
Okay.
Do these have names, or that's just a joke?
My breast? Sure, don't go there either.
I'm sorry. Just
this is a nice shoe, which, I don't know how you say this guy's name.
Christian Louboutin.
Christian Louboutin. He's a new shoe designer. Isn't it lovely? Doubles as a weapon.
That's some heel, yeah.
Someone pisses you off, you know what I'm saying?
They look really comfy, too.
They are. Actually, they are very comfortable.
And these were the... It was a handbag.
Would you like to try this on?
No, not right now.
Let's see. Come on, Kurt.
And look, here's your chewing gum.
Kurt in a bra. I can see it now.
Not me.
It's your color, though. You look good in red.
Think so? Oh, thanks. I'll keep that in mind for later. So this is all your stuff. Now, what's this?
Oh, here's a great shoe, too. Got it, too. This is a great shoe. Manello. Minus the Dr. Scholl foot pad. Thank you very much. Lovely shoe. Okay.
Now, what is this?
Wait a minute. Are we doing House of Style all of a sudden? I'm feeling very Cindy Crawford right now.
This is, you know...
I'm feeling very Cindy.
I think there was this perception that, you know, Madonna, bitch on wheels, and now they say, what's the new Madonna? She's really sweet. She's user-friendly. Somewhere
I'm
in
sweet
between.
and I'm a bitch, you know what I mean? And that's always been the way it is. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
You know, when you want something done right and you care about something, it's so often you're perceived as being a bitch. But in the end, it's your ass on the line. You're being judged for it, so you've got to make it the best it can be.
15 minutes upstairs and then back down.
What the hell does that mean? No shot takes 15 minutes. Not with this crew.
Madonna's battle against time and critical trauma continues when we return.
What's taking so long?
Okay, here we go. Board in, playback.
Lonely star.
Open your eyes, please. Okay.
Is that how you want me to keep them?
No, I just wanted to see.
Okay.
I think your eyes should move from looking down your lapel and up, so we know where the action comes from.
Good. Oh, okay.
All of this video labor, of course, was in the service of Madonna's 7th studio album, an unusually subtle piece of work called Bedtime Stories, which made its debut on the Billboard chart in October at number 3.
Have you found anything interesting to do in Rhonda since you've been here? On a Madonna scale of interesting things to do.
I went to a beautiful church. That's really the
Village?
Yeah. What was the name of that church? Oh, on the Day of the Dead. It was beautiful. I lit a few candles. I need all the help I can get.
Well, not anymore. Number 3 on the charts. This is good.
I know, but why can't I be number 1?
Well, Boys to Men, when they get run over next week, I think you'll be right up.
Why, Boys to Men are always hogging the top position.
No, nobody even knows
Boys
their names.
to Men and that damn Bodyguard soundtrack. Is that still in the chart? It's always on the charts.
No, it's Snoop Doggy Dog.
I know, well, he's good, so I have to give it up to the old Snoop man. But move over, Rover.
The critics seem to have backed off on this record. Is that a good sign? I mean, they seem to like it.
You know, not getting publicly flogged.
Yeah. Isn't that sweet?
Yes, well, I guess it's because I'm not being a bad girl right now. Well, I think people are really, maybe for the first time in a long time, really just concentrating on the music.
Yeah.
And maybe if they were able to concentrate on the music of my last album, they would have enjoyed it more.
Do you think Erotica got the hearing it deserved?
Absolutely not. Are you kidding me?
Because I think in retrospect, a lot of people look back and say, yeah, it's a really good record.
Yeah, I know, I've heard that. Thanks. Why didn't you say that 2 years ago?
Erotica, Madonna's dark and sex-drenched 1992 album, was all but drowned out by the critical uproar over its accompanying photo book, The Notorious Sex.
I think people were saying, you know, the obvious mainstream press thing is going to be, well, this new record is obviously a step back. She knows she went too far, and now she's trying to kind of be nice.
Yes, well, that is the mainstream, not thought out point of view. But it's, I mean, there was no calculation, there was no, I didn't give myself a set of rules when I went in the studio and said, okay, now I have to write this kind of music, I can't offend anyone. It's just really, I think you can't write songs unless you're being honest. I don't think you can put yourself in that kind of a straitjacket creatively.
This album is a very subtle record, and it's the interweaving of voices. It's almost pointillistic, and I think people wonder sometimes, because you collaborate with people, what exactly is your input into all this? Do you show up with melodies, with lyrics?
It's different every time. I have, I keep a journal and I write in it constantly anyways, or if I'm reading something and I feel inspired, I'll jot down something, or a phrase comes to my mind and I write it down, and then I'll go in and I'll hear music and I'll elaborate on what I've written, or I'll take a poem I've written and kind of change the meter of it to fit the, you know, the music. Or sometimes music I'll have nothing in my head and I'll go in and I'll hear music, and then it'll just come to me. Music.
Do you sit around and doodle on instruments or tape things?
No, I don't play any instruments. I always work with songwriter producers that can play instruments, and
I thought you played piano or something a little bit.
very primitively.
Yeah.
I mean, I can, you know, basic chord progressions, but I hear melodies in my head, so I usually rely on them to pound it out on the keyboard. That's how I work with Babyface anyways.
Yeah. How did you come to be involved with Babyface in Dallas and all these people? Did you have them in mind from the beginning, or were you going around trying people out?
I pretty much had a wish list of people that I really admired, or had, you know, sort of had my eye on working with for some time, and Babyface and Dallas, Austin, and Nellie Hooper were at the top of that list, and then I ended up working with Dave Hall because he was a friend of a friend, and he kept saying, you know, you've got to work with this guy. I didn't really know him at all, and there were a few other people that were recommended, but songwriting is like, I mean, collaborating with anybody, it's very intimate, and it's hard. Sometimes it doesn't work with people, and you get in a room and you don't feel comfortable, or so I went through a few of those, and
Discarded a few people.
yeah, kicked them right out.
How did your connection with Björk come up? Where did this song come from?
That came from working with Nellie. Nellie did her album, and actually one of the reasons I was dying to work with Nellie Hooper was because of Björk's album. I thought it was amazing.
Let's get unconscious, honey. Let's get unconscious.
It seems to be a different you in a way. I mean, have you just romance?
Well, every year it's a different me.
But has romance come into your life? Is there? I think we were reading something about.
Well, I mean, romance has always been in my life. I mean, well, that sounds really immodest, doesn't it?
Fortunate. Sounds
no,
fortunate.
but it's not like I just discovered romance. I mean, I've been writing. I mean, when you listen to, there's romantic songs on all of my records. Rain is a romantic song. Live to Tell is a romantic song. I've always written romantic songs.